Hey, what's going on? So I'll be working through some Pencil Bible, some playground stuff. So I posted that video last week about the first hour, I think, of the playground mode. There's a bunch of small issues that were introduced, so just working through those. So actually need to pull up the simulator and bring that up in here. So yeah, so if you ever watched that, go ahead. It's definitely like one of the more recent ones I've posted. If not, I don't know if I put this on YouTube. Yeah. So you go ahead and watch the first part of this, just like hour and a half. Um, Playground mode. There we go. That'll get you up to speed with basics. I made some small changes since then, but pretty much it. Um, so the first thing is that when in playground mode, we should have a text here that says playground alongside um, a message or pop up letting the user know that they're in the playground mode, and to give them some sort of direction. And we already did this elsewhere, or we already Arduino did all that work for the playground mode way back. Um, and this was part of it. So let's go ahead and grab this. So I have the PR, the old PR over here, and yeah, I'm just bringing that over. So playground title container. Okay. So now we need to actually use it. Playground title is playground mode. We're just going to put this at the top of animated.view. 225, looks like it's about right. Button text style. So now button text styles is defined somewhere. Button text styles, button text styles. I feel like that's a new thing that we probably don't want. Select chapter button. So it's like select chapter button has button styles. Ooh. Select chapter button. There are some button styles here that we should export. Okay. Button text styles. Is playground mode is what we need now. Oops. Okay, we had is playground mode. What we do now is user.email, at least for now. In nav bar, we're actually in, damn, we are in playground nav bar. Okay, let me do this real quick. So just playground nav bar. What I need is nav bar. Give me this guy. That's already in there, so that's good. We need playground title. I'll just do a big Command C for this. Textiles. So now we're down here. So I can get rid of that though. Okay. So playground nav bar is not showing. So now I can get rid of this. Playground nav bar. Let's even this out. Okay. Bud styles. It's just some of that. I don't know why I would go here. Is playground title. Playground title container has a position absolute. What if it doesn't? Okay. So there's playground title white. Playground props.textile. Okay, so it is white. Why would it be white? Okay, that's why. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, so this is playground, so we don't even need that. What happens if this goes here? So you got playground title container. That's position absolute. So it's up here because it doesn't matter. Okay. And I wonder if we actually, we have a playground tutorial here. Okay, so let me pull up the code over here. And what I'm going to do, have it on both sides. So we have playground tutorial. We have playground tutorial steps. So let's go ahead and bring this over first. We're going to put that in source tutorial steps. Playground tutorial. Tutorial. Okay. That means we're going to have to bring over components. Tutorial steps. Boom. We're probably going to need this as well. Boom, boom. So we just need this whole, maybe not the whole, I don't know. We have tutorial steps. We have tutorial playground steps, which is what we need. Tutorial playground steps. And we'll go over this in a second. Whoa. let's go ahead and see what is in the Loom video. See what Senior and Media has. Okay, so he does actually have this rolling. So that just means that I have to get it as well. Okay. Well, I just didn't know actually. Not that. I needed to know if I need to create it or not. Very, very happy that I do not. So I think I would want this PR open probably. Just tighter. Okay. So I'm gonna open this over here. And we will, yeah, just keep the code on this side here. Okay. So what have we done? We've done playground tutorial. Playground tutorial uses tutorial playground steps, which is what we'll need next. Tutorial playground TSX. Okay, that's going to stop you on tutorial playground tutorial. So I'll grab this over here. Oh yeah, it's only, I don't know why I was freaking out. It's only 143 lines. So what we need to stop it from yelling at us is some playground step, TPT step, and then get next playground step, just like we have for the other things. Thank you, video. Then we'll need some playground actions, which we do not need. Set show playground tutorial. I guess maybe we want playground actions. Okay, yeah, we just have store features playground. Do we not have that? Probably not. Okay. See a slice for the playground mode. So if you're unfamiliar, a slice is just a specific container inside a Redux that we typically put a single, either a single document in, or multiple documents of the same type. But for Pencil Bible, we have a lot of like config slices. That's where most of our slices are. Like Pencil Bible, we just have 15, 20 slices here. For AmpLinks, we have dozens and dozens, and that's AmpLinks CRM, right? So it's a lot more data. But yeah, we have mostly config for here. Like we have a like a okay, maybe it looks like we have like 30 or something like that. But yeah, we have way more for AmpLinks. But config. This is what we call a dump, which is just an object of the same, where each of the values are of the same type. We use the Bible.id, or the type.id value, which is generated when we create this document in Firebase. We use Firebase packages to create that ID for us at a specific collection. And then as we create Bibles, retrieve them from Firebase, we add them to Redux here, and also to MMKV, which we're switching to SQLite. We're just using this, I guess, too much, or MMKV wasn't intended to be used in this amount of Like I get, yeah, we're just using it too much for too many things, and it's meant for like smaller stuff. So, what else? We also have the current X slice. When we select on a Bible, um, we are then from that point until we select on another Bible or create another Bible, we are working within the context of that selected Bible. So this, current screen that we're looking at, which is the default for the playground, this current Bible, the values in here are these default values, right? So we can see we're in KJV, King James Version. We're in Genesis, in the Old Testament, and we're on chapter 1. There are no bookmarks, but if I were to add this, there would be a value here with the chapter path. Well, we build the chapter path in a certain way, but it would go in there essentially. It wouldn't have an ID. It wouldn't have an owner. These values would be default. These are two config stuff I need to get into. And then just other small things. So I'm creating a playground slice in that config mode. So we no longer need is playground mode. We're just using the user slice straight up because that's what we would do during login or sign out or create an account. We would just be flagging this value from false to true once we create the document. And the creating of the document is when the user gets populated, or just if login, we're not creating, we're retrieving and then storing. So anytime that those actions happen, we would be updating this value. So we can just let the user slice be in charge of that. But we would want to show playground tutorial. This is a good item, and this is really what this is going to do is show a modal. That's all that's going to do. We can maybe put this in here, but there might be playground mode is probably going to expand in the future, and just having a single spot for that, it results in another file to keep track of. But like I said, it's all consistent with how we handle things. So once we add the playground, that's not enough. We have to go down to types. Some of the projects I have to get into types, and there's a mass, I think, just for amp links. There's just maybe Woman Heart too. There's just a massive list of playground, user, nav, all fed into I think root state maybe, but looks like we are better in this project. So all I have to do is get into here and do that. Very cool. I'm just gonna close out here and refresh. Resetting Redux or making changes to the Redux code typically causes your app to just like reset completely. So with blank values, so you might just want to refresh. One of these I've always had to refresh. Okay, so maybe we're just not there. No, I just needed to re-import. Okay. So what needs to happen is this needs to show after the tutorial message. Remember that tutorial message that I was. This is going to be first, and then right after they close it, they're going to be shown this. As soon as you're ready to create your own Bible, just click on the burger menu. This is the Pencil Bible Playground. Yeah, I think the messaging will have to be updated for sure. Okay, so we got tutorial playground steps. Let's go ahead and check this out. I went to the regular tutorial, so this thing not too long ago. So I should be able to figure out if it's at least consistent between the two. So get the step style. We have this is for the card, right? So if I go step 1, you'll see the card here. Like that'll make it. Oh, this is not the tutorial. Sorry. Okay, let's enable the tutorial first. Is playground mode. This is probably the same thing. Sort of playground steps. Okay, playground tutorial goes where? In the reader, it does. New reader. Should show tutorial. User dot. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go up here. Show. Okay, so that's the first one. So if we're not showing the playground tutorial and the user should show the tutorial, like right there, we have this on the user and it doesn't make sense. Maybe it solves like a small use case of like I create an account, I close the app, I delete the app, I sign in, the tutorial should still show theoretically. So I guess it solves that, but I don't know if that's actually how it's being handled though. Like the setting of this value. We're going to get rid of this. We need the tutorial for the iPhone. Okay, so if this is tutorial, what I need is playground tutorial. And that's not showing. Tutorial. Let's go and check some files out. No. Okay, so that's why it would go in. That's why it would go in here. Screen. Makes more sense. Okay. Tutorial, playground tutorial. So it's a default, so we don't need that. Are we down here yet? Have we added this? Okay. So we just for this way we just have is iPad because in here we're doing that if check, which we probably shouldn't do. And then this is the TPT tutorial, which we do not have. Okay, so at least we got it to show. Textiles. Yeah, I feel like we should have a textile. Doing that. Cool. Looks good. But we do need okay. I don't know if this actually will work. This will be null. I mean, I guess null fits in all this stuff. but it would be undefined. Like if I just don't provide this, it's undefined, not null. So I think this has three values. This has undefined, and it has element, and it has null. I think that's right. So there's definitely text style that's needed. Okay, so step one, top is going to be 44 plus 50. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually screenshot this, send it to Erin. Any thoughts on an updated message? What's wrong with the message? So spacing for now. This is a Pencil Bible Playground. Here you can draw, write, highlight, and play around Pencil Bible's features using your Apple Pencil. Mentions Apple Pencil only. Maybe we can. Okay, so I would like to show you all this message. It's kind of the purpose. Okay, this is the message I'm gonna send to Erin. Okay, so any thoughts on the updated message? Please ignore spacing for now. Okay, it mentions Apple Pencil only. So features using your Apple Pencil. Okay, so for this, maybe we can highlight a way to toggle draw with finger. So we have a settings. We have an item inside of settings that says draw with finger, like a switch icon. When that is switched on, another button pops up here. What this button does is it allows you to draw with your finger. It disables the pencil. It kind of flips somewhat. So in this mode, if I were to, this thing here, this mouse, this simulates a finger, right? Because it's not a pencil. So I guess that's really what it is. This kind of touch is not a pencil. So it registers that it treats, it scrolls instead of draws. But if I have a pencil on like a physical device, as soon as I put it down and draw, it's gonna do the actual drawings using whatever tool setup, color setup you have down here. Same thing for shapes too. In the default form, there is no way to draw with your finger. Like I said, there is a switch inside of settings that adds an icon here. The pencil now scrolls. That's the only thing it does. This button here is I guess I can just show you, not being an ass. This button here, probably just show you in the code. That'd be the more relevant stuff. Okay, so we have a toolbar. When it's in this mode, I swipe. When it's in this mode, well, again, the code definitely doesn't support this, but when it's in this mode, it would draw. So we don't want this on right away because this button, at least the logic as it is, disables the pencil. So we don't want to disable the pencil right away. So we'll need a new way, and it could just be duplication plus a slight modification to the flow and logic around this, since we're now in playground mode. But this message up here should guide the user towards the users with without a pencil. It should guide them towards figuring that out. And it might just be show this and then make this scenario work. It's more of I always prefer to do more of a duplication plus small tweaks as opposed to making it work in a single file. Right? We have a nav bar. We also have a playground nav bar. If you actually look at them, they're super similar, mostly similar with just some small changes. That's totally okay with me. Just easier to manage, I think. So that's the first message. Where was I? So then we have two. As soon as you're ready to create your own Bible, just click on the burger menu. This flow, should we mention that they'll create an account first? The menu button there's a few steps for the screens before they reach the select translation screen. Right, so let's say, I were to follow this. Okay, I'm gonna click on this, create a Bible, and then go through that process. What really happens is I click on that, I go to sign up. What's today? 5/31. Right, so now I'm on the menu. Now I have to click Manage Bibles, right, and then I have to create new Bible, right. So there's actually a lot of steps before we get to the screen uh, that modal suggests you know, would happen after we press this button. So that's the second one. Annotations will also reset after they sign in or sign up. Not sure if that message is needed. As it would. It's text. Maybe not much bigger, but yeah, this is the message I'm gonna send to him, along with the screenshot of this, because I think we changed it. He may have some new designs or thoughts or something like that. So, okay. So, any thoughts? Can I uncomment this? Definitely easier to do it this way, but I did. So let me pause this 1 second. Okay. So what's next? Also, I'm going to ask him a question. Also, after this modal is hidden, should we wait 1 to 2 seconds and show the regular tutorial? I guess that's not bad. This is what it is, right? I guess I'll just show them what it is right now. So I want to go to toolbar. Let's get rid of this. Let's just uncomment that right now. So we might put it back. But if you're on the iPad simulator, Command R starts a recording. Okay. So this is, let me do this first. I don't like how that screen, the select chapter screen, shows here. I think it'll be pretty easy to fix that thing. So I have this. So I just want to save this. Go to Finder. I'll just go to Slack, I guess, and open this up. Okay. Okay, so the playground message is in progress. I'm gonna wait on this because that'll be dependent on what Aaron says to that message I just created. So that finger versus pencil dilemma um, for playground users. The most recent direction Aaron gave was to instead of taking them to the login screen when they're in playground, we take them to the menu, and instead of we probably still want this. This is actually a good idea. Um, because the settings, we want them to be able to get into settings. But so instead of taking them to login, it's login slash register or settings. That being said, the menu icon to with login, register, and settings is a good idea. Would be nice for our users to see the settings, the customizations that we provide, and who PB is, etc. Nice. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna go forward with this and just do it. Okay. So what does that entail? Let's fix this. Let's fix this first. So let me close all of the goods. Playground mode. I don't need open. What I need is root. So when the app is open, we're handling, the logged in user. Doing nothing. We're showing the app. Once we show the app, the default is going to be either root routes or Bible. And then we're going to have main stack. And how are we doing this? Initial screen is select book. I thought we were. So because we're doing a show, we are using a flag to render a loading icon or the actual app, and we're not saying go to blank. We cannot say go to the Bible, the reader screen, set the reader screen in terms of the navigation stack, set it as index of 1, and that index of 0, set the select book screen. What that visually would do is go from the loading slash screen, it would navigate to the Bible, and then behind the scenes, it would put the select book screen at index 0, so that when I go to press the select chapter button at the top, instead of what looks like navigating to a screen, which let's see, I guess I can't really do anywhere. I mean, I guess I could do search, and we got to think about that. And God called the light day. See how we navigated to that screen? And then if I select on this, we go back. If I select on this, we also go back. And right now you can see it's working because we have this flag that when it's set to true, we are just rendering this. We're going, okay, navigation container, navigator. Okay, that's the drawer. Okay, looks like we are authenticated. We are not authenticated at this point. So let's go to auth stack. Auth stack, the initial screen route name is select book. When we go to select book, we can see that there is some logic in the beginning in a use effect up here that takes them directly to the playground mode if they have not already been taken there. So this is what does that navigation. So that's definitely not ideal. I think why we were doing that is because of this here, because we needed to figure out the excuse me, the correct screen to take the user. So what we've done elsewhere, so if I go into auth stack, we may or may not, we have a welcome screen. This welcome screen should actually exist inside of the root navigator. And this is going to be the initial screen. And then inside of that welcome screen is where we do all of this loading logic. Once that welcome screen, honestly, we might even just want a loading screen. And a loading screen visually is just going to be, it's just going to be this. But instead of when the app is done loading, setting this flag to true, so that this is no longer shown, what we're going to do is when we are confident that the data has been loaded, we are going to navigate to either the auth if there was no data to load, or we're going to take them directly to Bible. What we can do then, and this I think is the auto login feature. No, it's going to be login. What we're going to do on the login screen is something like this. We're going to say, take me to the Bible, take me to the reader, but the initial screen is not going to be reader. What that does, and I talk about it here, what that does is React navigation, magically, I know it's not magic, but magically sets that stack up for us where readers first, and then whatever is set as the initial route name on the navigator that you're working with, which again, if I go rootroutes.bible, that's going to take us to Bible here. It's going to take us to main stack, right? So that index of 0 is going to be whatever is inside of here, which we can see a select book. That allows us to swipe back. So the issue with the ghost screen is I can't believe I haven't figured this out before. We've been dealing with this forever. Is that setup there? So let's go ahead and what time are we at? 43. I feel like I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop this video here. We did some light work, talked with Aaron, updated Aaron, got her, introduced this playground header, so some light work. We really just got like rebased ourselves on all the things, and now we'll be able to make a ton of progress. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. What I'm gonna do is, and I need to be way better about this, so definitely keep me in check here. I'm at my best when I do start here. Move the loading logic to it's a screen that lives in this root in the root navigator. Move loading logic to that file. Once finished with loading, navigate to the appropriate screen, stack screen, etc. Very, very cool. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go eat some breakfast, get some breakfast prepared. Mel should be home soon. Rocco could use a little bit of love. Girls downstairs. So yeah, appreciate you watching. In the next video, I will do these things. So yeah, thanks.